Hawkeye from Nashville, Tennessee. And let me tell you somebody today listening who may be surrounded by negativity. Maybe it's your workplace, maybe it's your family circle, maybe it's just all over your social media feed. Everywhere you turn, there's complaining, criticism, conflict. Here's the truth. Just because you're surrounded by negativity doesn't mean you got to absorb it. And the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 23, guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Notice the scripture emphasizes your heart must be guarded because the enemy understands something about how negativity works. The devil has a strategy. He tries to get in your ear so he can influence your hearing. And because he can control your hearing, he'll get in your head. He'll start controlling what you think. And if it gets in your head and you're thinking long enough, it'll get in your heart. And then he'll start shaping how you feel, believe, and respond. So here's the progression. It's always your hearing, your head, and your heart. And that's why you have to be careful what you take in, because everybody's opinion doesn't deserve space in your mind now. Everybody's negativity doesn't deserve residence in your spirit. Everybody's bitterness doesn't deserve a room in your heart. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you could do is say, I'm not taking that stuff in. Here's the image I want you to remember this week. A boat can sit in the middle of an ocean all day long and never sink. The ocean can be rough, the waves can be high, the storm can be loud, but the boat only sinks when the water gets inside of it. It's not the water around the boat that sinks it. It's the water that gets in the boat. The same thing is true for you. Negativity can be all around you, but it can't destroy you unless you take it in. So today, guard your hearing, guard your head, guard your heart. Because God didn't design you to sink in this season. He designed you to stay afloat. I'm Bishop Joseph Walker. I want you to follow me on Instagram at Joseph Walker 3. That's Joseph Walker 3. And let me know you were listening to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Good morning. I'm Afrida. It's Monday, March 9th. Here's what's going on in the news. A Georgia community is grieving after the death of a high school teacher. Authorities say Jason Hughes was struck and killed by a truck outside his Gainesville home as it tried to drive away from several students in a high school prank gone horribly wrong. The students were trying to toilet paper his yard. Hughes taught math at North Hall High School. Police have charged the 18-year-old driver with vehicular homicide, while 3 others are facing trespassing charges. Investigators say the teens attempted to help Hughes before he was taken to the hospital. And things are back to normal at Kansas City International Airport after a bomb threat prompted an evacuation yesterday. The Kansas City Star reports the terminal was briefly cleared while authorities conducted a security sweep, disrupting flights for several hours. There's still no word on any arrest. And in New York City, police say a device that ignited outside Gracie Mansion on Saturday was indeed an improvised explosive device. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says it was one of 2 devices recovered during dueling protest outside New York City Mayor Mamdani's home. Mamdani was inside the home at the time and thanked police for their swift response. Officers made 2 arrests. For info on these stories and more, go to RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Now, here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, as we approach March Madness, we're almost there. A lot of conference championships. Sundays went down yesterday for the women's college hoops, man. Texas beat Dawn Staley, South Carolina. That's Texas's first women's SEC tourney title right there. Duke beat Louisville, UCLA over Iowa. Of course, UConn beat Creighton, man. So, hey, we're almost here. It's almost March Madness for the women and the men. So, let's get it popping. Former NBA player Jalen Rose brought something to the forefront that many maybe did not know regarding sports that have a salary cap. Here's what he had to say.
The only sports that have salary caps are black-led. So that's basketball and football. Baseball, golf, NASCAR, tennis, you can keep naming. They do not have a salary. The second thing is they have no after-high school restriction. That's a residue of slavery. It's because we're going to get money off of you for multiple years for free.
Now, wait a minute.
It's pretty deep right there.
Wow. Never knew.
Yeah, exactly. But, this conversation get really deep right there, but that's something that was pretty interesting that a lot of people didn't know about. It's my quick sports report right there. Good morning, Brat.
Good morning, Rock T Man. A frightening moment happened at Rihanna's home, near Rihanna's home, and I got the details up next in the hot spot on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
The hot spot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
this hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat, and this is the hot spot, but we bring you music, movies, and more, so let's get off into it. Well, y'all, a woman was arrested yesterday after allegedly firing multiple shots outside of the Beverly Hills home of Rihanna. Now, police say officers responded around 1:15 p.m. Sunday after reports of gunfire near the singer's property in Beverly Hills. Now, they saying the woman in her 30s was parked outside the home. She fired 7 shots, and then she sped away. Well, authorities later located this white Tesla about 8 miles away from the Sherman Oaks Galleria, where she was taken into custody. Now, no one was injured during the shooting, but police say the weapon was recovered and 7 assault rifle shell casings were found at the scene. That's crazy. The suspect has not yet been publicly identified, and the investigation is ongoing. So I keep y'all posted about that. Meanwhile, Ryan Coogler is opening up about the success of his film Sinners, and he's making it clear that his goal was never chasing trophies. Now, in a recent interview, he talked about all of the attention that the film received during award season after Sinners won 16 Academy Award nominations, which is the most nominations ever received by a single film. But Ryan Coogler says the recognition isn't what drives him to make films. He said, "You don't make movies for awards, you make movies for audiences." He described the award season spotlight as simply part of the job that comes with releasing major films. But he noted that he still feels grateful and fortunate for the history that the film has made. And last but not least, y'all, rapper Lil Baby is turning his old stomping grounds into an investment. He recently revealed that he's buying up the same houses he once hustled in front of while growing up in Atlanta. Wow. Lil Baby recently took his sons to his former neighborhood and showed several properties that he recently purchased. And here's what he had to say.
It's like a strategy to me buying a house. I'm buying all the houses, all the properties that I used to hustle in front of. And there was times when this was abandoned, I still was standing here while it was abandoned. No lights, no oil, no nothing, just me and the smokers, So I might turn it into an affordable unit, affordable living. I don't know yet. These be like my investments, but they more so like my sentimental value pieces more than investments. Even though when I get them done and stuff, I don't want to sell them. I'm never going to sell them. Only just get rent and have the money.
There it is.
There it is.
Really so.
That is awesome. For more information on these stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com, and you can catch me on all my social media. So Brat. Coming up next, we got Rock T with the joke of the day. Lord have mercy. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about that time. Happy Monday.
Yeah.
Rock T's joke of the day. All right, Rock.
Husband and wife was getting a divorce. They was in the courtroom, and the judge turns to the husband and says, "Sir, I've reviewed this case very carefully, and I've decided to give your wife $5,000 a month in spousal support." And the husband says, "You know what, Your Honor? That's fair. And every now and then, I'll try to send her a few bucks myself." Come on, okay.
I like that.
Wait a minute, what?
The judge said, "I've decided to give your wife $5,000 a month in spousal support." The husband said, "I think that's fair. And every now and then, I'll kick in something myself."
Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick.
Yeah, that was good. So he didn't know the judge was ordering it from him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Tag.
Makes sense to me.
Alfred?
That would be hilarious.
Right. And nobody saying that. All right. That was good, Rock. I'm going to go ahead and go and give you a B- on that one, but that was
That's
good.
a win. That's a win.
Absolutely.
Capital G, capital A, capital O, capital T.
BICTH.
Job. JOB.
ELGSES. Eagle!
It's time for Gary's Word of of the week.
And you know this, man.
All right, it's time to expand your vocabulary with the word of the week. Gary's going to provide us with a new definition and explain how to use it in a sentence. And Gary, good morning to you. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Ricky, and good morning to you. It's what now? What you call that?
Monday.
When you
Spring forward.
Spring
forward and fall.
Yes.
No, fall. Yeah, fall backwards and spring forward.
Yeah, happy Spring Forward Day. Oh, all right. No.
Threw me off.
Yeah, boy, this word.
Went to damn church and ended up in Sunday school. Again, I do it every year.
Yes, Lord. When I woke up, it was late. I'm like,
They said, we happy to have you. Go sit your ass down in the men's.
All right, this week's word. It look like a word. Like a medical terminology.
It's really it looks harder than it really is.
Okay, this week's word, it's a noun, and it's pronounced onomatopoeia.
You in the neighborhood.
But at least we know a noun is a person, place, or thing.
See this? So that means a person.
What is a noun, Alfredas? A person,
place, or thing.
Sing it. Oh, I took a train to
another state. I really great. Don't get me started.
Saw them then chasing the train. I
Wish
realized
I was back home again. I took a train to another state. Sorry, carry on.
I missed that.
You ain't sit up. You don't remember that one, Gary?
I don't remember that one.
Oh, yeah, man. We watched them damn cartoons. Yes. Go ahead.
So it's onomatopoeia.
I know.
Onomatopoeia.
Gary, pull them all together.
Oh.
Onomatopoeia.
The last syllable is just pronounced
Hey, Rock.
Yeah. Don't worry about the I.
Boy, I had a homeboy in high school named Stu, man. Dude would wait outside the hall, man. I could hear dudes in the hall laughing when he be in the class and try to read.
That was Gary.
Onomatopoeia. That's going to be there.
Now, the I is silent, Gary.
Yeah. What?
The I is
Hey,
silent.
Rock.
Yeah. Why they put it?
What about boy? I never forget the dude yell. He said, "Hey, hurry up, booger man!"
Anyway,
He was outside the hallway.
He was outside the hall. He said, "Hey, hurry up, booger man!"
the definition is this word of the word. The use of words that intimate sounds like
imitate.
Oh man, boy, I used to love them one of them kids that can read that good, man. He used to crack me up in the 9th grade.
Oh, yeah, dog.
I can still hear it to this day,
Here's
man.
all that sniggling. You couldn't wait for somebody.
Whatever. Come on, let me finish the word here.
Go ahead.
Go through. What is it? Where am I at?
The definition is.
The definition is, oh, Lord. The definition is the use of words that imitate sounds like buzz, bang, sizzle, slash, meow, and hiss. Otherwise, directly mimicking the noise they describe.
Right.
Have you said the word properly yet, man?
I don't think so.
What is it?
He has another chance right here.
So here's an example how you can use this in a sentence. Rickey Smiley has often used
Onomatopoeia.
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 Oh, gosh.
Onomatopoeia when describing the sound made when I pass gas.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, now, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's about that time. Gary has the tea and the Kahlua of the day, 6 minutes after the hour. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news. Ricky, people are talking. They're saying, y'all, that the city of Dallas almost was on lockdown because they're anticipating a beautiful wedding, and it's just not going to happen. Now, it's being reported, y'all, they're saying, according to MTL, they're saying that they learned that Dallas Cowboys stars has reported, y'all, called off his upcoming wedding after negotiation, y'all, over a prenuptial agreement stalled between him and his beautiful fiancée, Miss Sarah Jane. And who am I talking about? Dak Prescott. Now, they're saying, according to sources, y'all close to Dak, they're saying that the couple had been planning to get married in about 2 months before things hit a wall, honey, over the legal papers, which, I feel sorry for Sarah Jane. Now, they're saying insiders say that the issue came down to the prenuptial agreement. Now, they're saying that Dak's fiance reportedly hired her own attorney, honey, to review the documents, which I don't blame her. And after weeks of discussions, the two sides could not come to terms. Now, they say one person familiar with the situation said that Dak's proposed prenup was not particularly aggressive. Now, the prenup wasn't very strict. They're saying, they said everyone basically kept whatever they had before the marriage. It was pretty straightforward. Now, that's how they're trying to say this prenup, and I beg to differ. Now, they say, but Miss Sarah Jane, baby, they said she reportedly wanted additional security beyond the standard arrangements, which she should have. Now, they're saying that sources say that Sarah, honey, has been with Dax, listen to this, since before he signed his first major NFL contract and has stood by him, honey, during early years of his career. Now, they say the couple also already share 2 children together. They say, but because of that history, insiders say that she felt the agreement should reflect the length, honey, of their relationship and the life they had already built together. Now, after extended negotiations and back and forth between attorneys, the couple ultimately decided, y'all, not to move forward with the wedding. And I feel bad for Miss Sarah Jane, honey, because that's doing her dirty. Now, you're going to talk about we're going to take what we had to, we're going to go whatever we came up here together, but she didn't come with them damn babies. We had them together. He talking about how they was gonna, whatever it's gonna split, or whatever they when they signed the agreement, what they came in together. Additionally, how they kept whatever they had before the marriage. They said the prenup wasn't strict. They said everyone basically kept whatever they had before the marriage. Well, she didn't have those babies.
But if they split, he still would have to pay child support. So that's the problem.
But still, that woman had to go through her body tearing and everything like that, and wearing and tearing her body, putting up with him. This is what men do. But what really shocked me, that Dax did this to a woman of non-color. Usually women of non-color don't go through that. They get their money and, honey, have a good day. You gonna put this woman through a prenup?
Well, she found out.
Oh, my God.
She found out.
What y'all think about it? That's not a good look. I mean, why do we have prenups anyway? I mean, if you
because
love me,
you end up, marriage not working out, you end up losing everything that you worked hard for.
What did you work hard for?
That's why. That's why. What's his name didn't marry who he was gonna marry? Steven Jackson. Yeah, he got to sign that prenup. I mean, he came down to the wedding day.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
it didn't happen. Yep.
So, Alfred, Brad, y'all are ladies. Do y'all believe this? I mean, don't y'all feel that a man? If you marry this man and y'all love one another, he should be able to give you and keep you up. I mean, that's why we married. You married me because you love me.
Not why you marry. To
what
get kept up. You married for love.
Okay,
right.
Well, that means if I'm loving you, that means I don't need no prenup. You need to love me through thick and thin.
And what happened when the love is over?
Well, when the love is over, then, hey, well, you go to your room and I go to mine. We're going to just deal with this.
No, it ain't that easy. You don't got no room. You go to another. No, Gary.
You do that when you got $500.
I'm so glad your ass ain't.
Oh, my God.
I'm so glad you ain't sitting on nobody's bench with a judge robe on and a gavel. No, sir. No, sir.
But love for sickness and in health.
You would have all men locked up, put in jail, and throw away the key. The black men.
I feel so bad for Miss Sarah Jane. Now she got them 2 babies, honey, and he don't want to marry her because of
I didn't know they had children.
Yeah, she got 2 of them for him, honey. She made sure she got her insurance policies before
See, that's why they need the prenup.
Right.
That's why. Right there. Right there.
God, Gary.
Yeah, well, hey, do what you got to do, girl. But, but right now the wedding is put on hold, y'all. So we're going to keep our parties lifted up in prayer, y'all, because, they look like they were the happiest couple, and, people loved them in Dallas.
It didn't happen.
Even though I know some people said, honey, he was scared of rings. That's what they said. Somebody said that.
Super Bowl ring. Oh, my God. Gary, go on to the next story.
Wow. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. Oh, my God. Now, this is a wonderful thing, y'all. T.I. did great things for his beautiful wife, Tiny, y'all. They're saying, y'all, that T.I. bought his beautiful wife a custom-made pink Bronco, y'all, amid all that online trolling that, what's his name, 50 doing? They're saying despite the internet drama swirling around her, they say Tiny Harris is continuing, baby, to focus on her life, her family, and her business ventures. And her husband, T.I., just made sure, y'all, that he had something extra special, honey, for her to smile about, which I think is a beautiful truck, honey. It's a beautiful Bronco. They say T.I., at least Tiny, y'all, has recently been a target of heavy online trolling, about 50 cents. We all know that. Say, but during the back and forth, they say some posts circulating, honey, just mad stuff. But nevertheless, it's been reported out that Tiny and T.I., he brought her a beautiful $240,000 custom pink Bronco.
Oh, damn.
That's cute.
It is beautiful.
She had told me that she liked those Broncos, but I thought she already had one.
No, but she got her a beautiful custom pink classic Bronco, honey.
I think she did have one.
Oh, really?
One? Yeah, I think she did have one, but ain't nothing wrong with having
a
couple
wait,
of them.
She got a classic one, so an old one. The old ones are badass.
Yeah, the old ones that's fixed up. Yeah.
With the O.J. Simpson ones?
Yeah, those. They didn't fix them up.
Yes, sir.
Well,
The O.J. Simpson
congratulations. Yeah, I didn't know those cars was that high. My God.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if
A
it's
classic.
Yeah, anything custom, and it's a classic too. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, congratulations to Tiny Baby. That's cute, honey. She looking cute in her truck, honey. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today is water. On the high end, you say water, and on the low end, you say beautiful blue. Yes,
I thought
Well,
water
you
was
have to go
clear.
down.
Y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, it's about a moment. I got the wake up call. Y'all get them at 866-9RICK-AY. Here we go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Get it together, woke you up this morning. Slid you in your house shoes, so it would be better. Let's go. Wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Wanna know what you calling from? So come on and tell us and just wake up.
My name is Leona. I'm calling from down in South Florida. I just want to say, Rickey Smiley and the Morning Crew, you guys are the best morning talk show in the world.
We love you.
Wake up, wake up, America, and listen to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hey.
This is Nikki calling from Tampa, and I want to wake up the GPP in Tampa, Florida. They'll know who they are. Get up, get up, get up.
Hi, this is Larry Shepard calling from St. Louis, Missouri, and East St. Louis. St. Louis, what have you been doing? Thank you, Rickey Smiley, for being a part of the St. Louis community. We love you, man.
Love you, man. Come on.
We gon' let them know. Where you at, Miami? Wake up. Seattle, wake up. And Detroit, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. St. Louis, wake up. New Orleans, wake up. And Memphis, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I appreciate it, Brian.
You welcome, Ricky.
All right, y'all. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. We got that coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Hey, it is about that time. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. What up, Jeff?
Hey, good morning, Rick. Good morning, everybody. Good to be with y'all this morning. So I really want to talk to y'all, man. So we are watching over and over footage of us being at war. And Iran, named its new supreme leader, which is Khamenei's son, which says to me that this regime is not trying to back up. Like, this is not a decision that you make if you're attempting to negotiate, if you want to find a quick solution to this. And, feel how you want about President Trump. The United States military is made up of real men and women. And we are talking about probably not being far off from there being boots on the ground, no matter what President Trump is talking about now. And we have heard no strategy. We have had no plan. And I'm just curious because I'm hearing all of this about, the average American is not in favor of this war. The average American is in favor of this war. And I don't know who the hell they talk to when they talk to the average American. But I'm curious as you all see this playing out in real time. What's the thing that worries you the most?
The troops on the ground and the loss of life of United States soldiers.
And there's no realistic exit plan for this thing, and there's no realistic plan to what constitutes a win, because this thing could drag on for the next 20, 25 years like Afghanistan.
Absolutely. I was just about to say that.
Well, and the crazy thing is, in whether it's Afghanistan, whether it's Iraq, other fields of battle, again, regardless of what party you were a part of or who you voted for, there was at least an agreement that it was a war. Like, this wordsmithing that I'm seeing the Republicans do now is tragically hilarious, in that, well, this isn't a war, this is a conflict. This isn't a war, this is an operation. And when American servicemen and women are killed, and there's going to be more, it's really interesting when you are in such a place that you want to push political theater that you're not even willing to call it what it is. And the amount of money that's going to be spent and the impact that's going to happen, it's crazy when you have a U.S. government that literally talks about how much it dislikes Russia, but is now allowing the country of India to get oil from Russia because they need to make sure that Russian oil is in the marketplace so that the cost of gas doesn't continue to go up. Like this is going to be. Do you all think this is going to be something that impacts Republicans in the midterm or not?
If we have one.
I do. I think there are lots of Republicans who do not want this war. It's supposed to be America first. That was their whole thing. That was their whole game plan. And I think that there could possibly be a draft if this keeps going, and that's when Republicans will really be affected because billionaires, as we've said, billionaires' kids aren't going to war. It's going to be our kids who are going to war.
Exactly. Yep. And it's always been that way, right? Yeah. And Rick, I understand your concern, but I believe there's going to be a midterm. The question is going to be how much challenge there is to vote in that midterm.
Right.
So, I mean, we're going to have a midterm election, but the question is how difficult that's going to be. And that's something we're going to talk about on Thursday, how we prepare for this midterm. Again, not telling you how to vote, but having you prepare on being able to vote. So y'all hit me at Jeff's Nation on IG. Let me know what you're thinking about, concerns you have about this election, because this is not going to be a short ride between now and November. Y'all, love you. Have a fantastic Monday, and I'll talk to y'all on Thursday.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jeff. Jeff Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, live from the bathroom, phone ringing, getting dressed, putting his socks and shoes on, brushing his teeth,
trying to play
in the shower.
Man, shut up.
Busted. Got him.
Boy, when I tell you I went to church and ended up in Sunday school, man, them folks was like, man, we so happy to have you this morning, Mr. Smiley. Happy to have you in Sunday school this morning. I said, man, I was trying to go to church. He said, you know what time it is? I said, oh, John.
Yo, that daylight savings time be throwing me off to you.
John, boy, when I tell you I was sitting up and there with that Sunday school book, man, looked like I was on the bench. Like I had just got benched in the cowboy with my head down. Man, I'm too old for Sunday school.
They didn't ask you to lead the class, man?
Yeah, ask me, well, Mr. Smile, what is your opinion on paragraph F on the woman with the issue of blood? Man, I was like, man, y'all know I know every verse in the Bible except Ecclesiastes.
Oh.
Ecclesiastes?
Yeah. Tough, man. It's time change, man. Y'all get it together out there. It's early. It's early, y'all. The time change to mess everybody up. Everybody went to bed late last night thinking you on the other time.
Yes.
And then got to get up early. Everybody throwed off the Black Tony. Where you at?
But it's so ironical. You talking about save the daylight time, but but I'm telling you, everybody, every year I have a problem, Sheldon, because you got to skip the day up on Saturday. I figured it out now. You got to skip the day up on Saturday, so on Saturday it was Sunday, so the day is Tuesday, so. You still I don't know.
You talking about me?
Nah, what you want me to do, Sean? Because Monday already came.
What? Today Monday, dog.
I can't work yesterday. I can't work Monday. Today Tuesday, because you skip up a day, son. You got to keep up, right?
Daylight savings time.
No, you got to skip. In daylight savings, they say you got to skip it up a day.
No, just an hour.
On Saturday. So I skipped it up. So Saturday turned into Sunday. And then Sunday was Monday, so I went to work Monday. But y'all
so you came
to
work yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened?
I just sat there.
Daylight saving time is
waiting for y'all to come, and ain't nobody showed up. So I just said, well, I see them on the next day then. So I see y'all tomorrow.
I think you may have it mixed up with leap year.
Yeah, I came yesterday. So I see y'all tomorrow.
What time you got to work yesterday?
6 o'clock. I was right there, son. Sitting
so
right
there.
Look.
But what about the day though?
Today or tomorrow. So I'll be there today.
So take your time now. Don't lie. Wait a minute.
Mm-mm.
What about today? You talking about tomorrow? What about today?
Today, that's yesterday.
It's daylight savings time, not daylight savings day.
So today is Sunday for you?
Yo, I'm finna go to church. I'm gonna pray for y'all.
No, did he lie? Am I?
Girls' night or ladies' night. Call the girls up. Girl, this job stressing me out. Let's go out tonight. Call everybody. Yes, bitch, I am there. Y'all celebrating. We celebrate no broke ass bothering us while we trying to party. Bye, excuse you, get home safe, have a good night.
Oh, wow. Hey, who is that?
That's Tony Rock, man.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman.
It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the Kahlua of the day. Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. The prayer warriors are definitely being solicited, honey, for Miss Amy Luciana, y'all. If you all don't know who she is, Amy is the beautiful wife of Dwight Howard, y'all. Now, she's speaking out in an emotional video, y'all. The Love and Hip Hop alum, y'all, said that her husband, former NBA star Dwight Howard, had his daughter taken from their home by Child Protective Services. Now, through the tears, she accused Mr. Howard of using drugs and said that she and his children have protected him from authorities in the past. And here's what Amy had to say.
My marriage has landed me in a very dangerous position. My stepdaughter was just taken by CPS because of her father. CPS and the police have been here 3 times in less than 3 months, and I stood in it with my husband, even though I was scared for my own self. Whatever he wanted me to say, whatever it was, I'm thinking this is my husband. I had everybody around me saying, you can't leave your husband this soon. You said through sickness, through health, but this is going way too far. I caught this man forcing our 12-year-old son to cover for him. He had him lying. I recorded it. He was coaching our son to lie on me, and I had to record it.
What?
Yes. Amy, she is speaking out. It's a very sad situation. And, one of his oldest sons, with Royce Reed, he came out and was saying all kind of stuff, saying about how, the family was all mentally disturbed and what have you, all of them disturbed. It's just a sad situation. And, Amy was divorcing him a while back ago, but she decided to stay with her husband because she wanted to keep her marriage together because, they said during sickness and health and death do us part. So she was definitely staying there with him. But right now, she is speaking out, so I don't know what this is going to turn into.
Now, what is she famous for? Now, who is she?
She was on Love and Hip Hop. She's a very famous actress from Love and Hip Hop.
Oh.
So she comes from that. And right now, honey, she is definitely distraught by what's going on with her and Dwight and the children. So we're going to keep them lifted up in prayer. And hopefully and finally, Dwight speak out and let us know, what's going on, because it's not a good look. And she said a lot. I'm surprised she said all what she said. So we're going to see how this all turns out. All right, yes, Lord, yes. Jesus be a fence. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, y'all, Ricky, the police, y'all, was rushed to Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion, y'all, the other day after gunfire struck, y'all, a luxury property. And authorities say a woman, y'all, has already been taken into custody. Now, it said, according to the Los Angeles Police Department, officer responded around 1:21 after reports that multiple shots were fired toward the mansion from a vehicle. Now, investigators say at least one bullet, y'all, penetrated the wall of Rihanna's beautiful mansion. Now, a 30-year-old woman was detained at the scene and taken into custody. And police confirmed. Authorities say, y'all, that she allegedly fired several rounds toward the property before officers arrived at Rihanna's mansion. Now, sources told Los Angeles Times that Rihanna was reported inside the mansion at the time during the fireworks shot. They say she was probably making dinner for them children. And they say, but it remains unclear who else, y'all, may have been inside the mansion. Now, the Beverly Hills property, y'all, is where the global superstar lives with rapper A$AP Rocky. Now, the couple share 3 beautiful children together, and it's just, a sad situation. But they say despite the alarming incident, no injuries were reported, and police are continuing to investigate what may have led to the shooting. And people are already talking, honey, because they showed the picture of the young lady in some of the reports, and they said, honey, she probably was upset, honey, because Rihanna's lingerie didn't do right for her, because Rihanna got that lingerie line Fenty. They said she probably was upset because it didn't do for her whatever, so she found the woman's house, honey, and went and tried to shoot it up. So I want to know how they find these people's houses.
Right, and why aren't they in gated communities with even a gate around their house?
Thank you. I'm like, how you get to these people's houses and stuff like that, all the money? Beautiful Beverly Hills mansion, which she had like a gate around the house, Alfredo, but how did the woman find her address? If you would think
you can find anybody's address.
Really? Do you think it's real?
You can find anybody's address.
Really?
Any kind of way. All of that stuff is listed.
Really?
Everything, even on you. Anybody can find anywhere you are, anywhere you go, anywhere you move.
Oh, my God.
I got a family member that I don't like and have all my stuff delivered their address.
Yeah, so it don't come to your house, then go to theirs. I know that's okay. Well, honey, yes, Lord. But anyway, it's just something, honey. But we just got to keep running, lift up in prayer, honey, and them cheering and everybody else, y'all. And for my quick for free story, y'all, let's continue to pray for Miss Tina Knowles. That's the beautiful mother of Beyonce and Solange Knowles. They're saying, y'all, that Beyonce fans, y'all, who bought Miss Tina Knowles seafood gumbo at the Houston Rodeo are expressing their disappointment. Now, they say Miss Tina bought a huge pot of her famous gumbo to the Houston Rodeo. You need to try it, she told a blogger on Tuesday. They say it's sort of like a soup. She said, I think it would liken its bouillonness. That's what they saying, base, honey. But it was better.
Oh, okay.
Beyond your base. Oh, yeah. They say Miss Tina told Fox 26 reporter, honey, that cooking gumbo is a very tedious process. She said it takes 15 to 20 hours, honey, to cook one pot of her gumbo, and the ingredients are very expensive. Well, that was Miss Tina said, baby. And she said the ingredients are very expensive. Maybe they put some of Beyonce hair in it. I don't know, but they say it's just a hybrid of things that make it a wonderful taste, honey. She told the reporter, honey. Now, Mama Tina said everybody's been waiting, honey, and wanting to try her gumbo. She said, I've been making gumbo for 40-something years, but fans expressed their disappointment after shelling out $25 to $30 for a cup of Mama Tina's gumbo at the rodeo in Houston. Some people said the taste was okay, but it was too watery. Others said the gumbo was nasty and too expensive. One fan shared on a video herself picking, honey, empty shrimp shells out of a large styrofoam cup. She argued, honey, to the fans, to the gumbo for themselves. But I think
it take me about 5 hours to make it, but I go through the whole complete process. It don't take, I don't know what kind of me personally. I'm just saying,
just say you.
5 hours to make. But it depends on how much gumbo she's making, though. I can see if she made a whole bunch of gumbo at one time in one big pot or something. But for a regular pot, 5 hours, though, for real.
Well, from my experiences, from the people I've been around, it don't take nothing but about an hour.
It don't take no damn hour to make. What you making it with bologna? You ain't putting no sausage in there. And if you putting the shrimp in there, you dumping it in there. Are you searing the shrimp?
Ain't nobody searing no shrimp.
What about your seafood stock? That take 3 hours by itself.
Well, that's y'all the fancy gumbo cookers, honey. We just use roux.
Oh, okay. Once you make the roux, you just throw stuff in the pot and eat it. But if you want it to taste good, it's a certain way you have to do it. You got to sear everything. It take the smoked turkey necks 2.5 to 3 hours to cook for the meat.
Also, it depends on the gumbo.
You want the meat to be tender. It's gonna take longer than an hour.
Take time,
well, I'm thinking about a seafood gumbo because shrimp don't take long.
Yeah, it is seafood gumbo
with turkey necks.
Smoked turkey necks, the little crab claws, the shrimp, or whatever.
Sausage.
Yeah. Sausage. Yeah, all the stuff got to be seared, and then 3.5 hours on to make the seafood stock.
And how long you say about take to make yours?
About 5 hours.
Well, I'm going to Miss
Tina,
115.
A good tasting damn.
Long time.
Okay, I'll let you have you had my gumbo. Why you sitting up here doing this?
Yeah, it was good, but honey, I'm going Miss Tina's. I think the longer it takes, honey, the longer it's good.
No, it depends on how much you're making, Gary.
Yeah,
sometimes you start cooking for a whole bunch of people, fans and people that are standing in line. Sometimes it can lose its quality because you're trying to make so much at one time.
That's true. Well, we can't go that much because I wanted to ask a question, but we got to go, honey. The color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is water. On the high end, you say water, and on the low end, you say beautiful blue. That's your color for today.
That's a beautiful color. Y'all give it up for Gary with the T if you would.
Finance, wealth, and growth. It's Money Mondays on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Oh, this is going to be good right here. Janai, good morning. Thank you for coming on.
Good morning, Ricky. Happy Monday to you.
Yes, happy Monday to you. What's happening?
Well, good morning. So we're going to just jump right in, and we're going to talk about the differences between what men and women make still today. It's crazy that this is still an issue. So think about it, everybody. For every dollar that a man makes, a woman still makes only 81 cents. And think about it this way. If a man makes $100,000, then a woman doing the exact same job, same education, she's going to get paid $81,000. And think about what that means over time, that $19,000 in difference. So, ladies, here's a few things that I want you all to know. Make sure that you are getting comfortable with negotiating. We have got to learn how to negotiate and ask for more. And whether you need a female mentor who's ahead of you in your career, or definitely a male mentor, please make sure you are building your case and saving all the positive feedback and all of your reviews. Prepare for asking for more, because that's how we're going to get caught up.
Wow.
You know what, Janai? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ricky.
No, go ahead.
When you talk about planning finances, Janai, how would you advise women in their 20s and 30s to manage their money?
Brat, I want the women in their 20s and 30s to make sure that they're thinking about their 40, 50, and 60-year-old self. So I don't want to steal anybody's fun, because still live your best life and work hard and play hard now. But you have got to save and prepare for your future self. And so you don't want your 40-year-old self to be upset about what you did not do in your 20s and 30s. So please, even at that young age, be very intentional about putting money away for your retirement. Use that company 401k, IRA, or whatever options that you have. Save outside of that as well. You want you to be a smart investor, a very smart saver, and your 40, 50-year-old self will thank you later.
Man, I wish I had that advice instead of a closet full of bags and shoes in my 20s and 30s. My goodness. Let me ask you, Janai, sometimes we find ourselves as women in unfortunate situations, like having to take care of our kids by ourselves on our own. What advice do you give to empower single moms to put their finances first, even, when they have to care for their babies?
You think about it this way. Women overwhelmingly in family situations are going to become the caretaker, whether you're a single mom raising kids on your own, or whether you have elderly parents, sick parents that you're having to help with. And it can have significant impact on us financially. So the first thing we need to do is just acknowledge the season that we are in. It's going to have a beginning and an end. And we may need to make some lifestyle changes, because you already have enough pressure of raising the kids or helping the other family members. You don't want all this additional financial pressure too. So if you need to kind of scale back your life in some ways, so that way you can take that financial pressure off of you, be okay with that and understand that it's only for the season. And get really comfortable with what you've got coming in and what you've got going out. Just a basic budget, because we have to know what we have to manage to get through this temporary season that you're currently in.
Right. Well, Janai, we've seen more than 450,000 women leave the workforce between January and August of last year due to caregiving responsibilities and rising child care costs. What is your advice for women who've pivoted to starting their own business?
Brat, to say that number out loud is crazy.
That's think
in that short... It's a lot. 450,000 women in just 8 months left the workforce last year. And first of all, I just want to say, hey, over 30 years ago, I was one of those women who left to start my road of entrepreneurship. So I say, go for it, but treat it like a business, ladies. This is not a hobby. You are not just out on the sideline. I want you to be very intentional about getting to the money. That's what you're here for. And so I want to give some basic accounting advice. Keep your business and personal money separate. I want you to be real intentional about your time. I know you got to raise those kids. Carve out that time where you are getting in that work, finding that new business, selling that product, looking for those new customers, all right? Because we've got to make sure that this becomes a good period for us and not a stressful period.
Hold on, Janai, you can answer this letter on the other side, but I'm going to read this letter. Dear Janai Thornton, I've been working for a stripper for over 25 years, and I am now part of a morning show reading news. And
what?
I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
I did not write that. Janai, I did not write that letter.
I knew he was going left.
Janai, you already know,
that
Janai.
is not from me.
You already know.
Janai, you can answer that on the other side. More with Janai Thornton. It's Money Monday.
I did not write that letter.
I need y'all to call me if you have any financial questions. Hit up at
I've never been a stripper.
Tamron told me y'all went in there one night.
Yeah, we went in.
Okay, but why did y'all go? Why did y'all go? Y'all went in there with the intention to strip.
One
y'all
time.
hit us up.
We didn't do it.
But y'all was model girls. Hey, y'all hit us up. Y'all call us right now. 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Call me now. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got the one and only Jini Thornton with us. So excited talking about saving money with our financial expert, Jini Thornton, and she's answering all of your questions. Y'all get at us right now. The phone lines are wide open. 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY. Let's go right to the phones. Good morning.
Yes, I want to know. I have a daughter who's has her own business as a beautician. I want to know what advice as far as future, how should she pay money into Social Security for her future? What advice do she have for a person that has their own business doing hair?
Hey, good morning and congratulations to your daughter. Couple tips of advice. Number one, when she gets to the point where she's making probably at least about $75,000 a year, I think she should get on actual payroll. And a lot of business owners don't realize they should put themselves on payroll even if they don't have any employees. Please use a payroll company. That way it will help give some structure to her finances, and she can be paying into Social Security at the same time. Second point, very quickly, please have her get an IRA, an individual retirement account. She can start putting money over there now to save towards her retirement.
All right, y'all. Jini Thornton, good morning.
Good morning. As a older adult going back into the workforce, unfortunately I had to stop working for some time. I'm just going back. Over 40. Is there any tips that she can give for someone who has to start over, like their 401k right now, or any additional money or investments that I should consider doing right now?
Good morning and welcome back to the workforce. Here's a couple of tips for you. Please try to put as much as you can in your 401k to catch up. So for 2026, the new maximum amount that you can contribute is $24,500. If you're over 50, they have what's called a catch-up provision, and that's actually $32,500. But start with what you can afford. So start with whatever number. Put a date in your calendar to come revisit that contribution amount maybe in about 2 months and be able to bump that number up if you can. Okay? Best of luck to you.
Hey, appreciate that, Jini. Thank y'all for your calls. Jini, let everybody know how you can be reached and how they could, follow you on social media.
Absolutely. You can follow me on social media at Jini Thornton. That's JiniThornton. And listen, if you need help going from overwhelmed to organized with your legacy and affairs, go to LegacyLifeOrganizer.com and order your Legacy Life Organizer. Use code RSMS and get 50% off. Thank you, Rickey. Have an amazing week.
No, thank you. We appreciate everything, y'all. Jini Thornton, ladies and gentlemen. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Special K, the man laws.
That's right, Rock T. That's right, Rock T.
Was that a man law? I just threw it to you, dog. Was that a man law violation?
It was a little sexy.
To me. I introduced you, dog.
It was a little sexy, brother.
Yeah, my bad, dog. Yeah, go on,
back
dog.
up. Yeah, so much pressure. Up a little bit. So much pressure. No, ain't no pressure at all. But man laws, man. The book is out right now. You can go to my Instagram and Special K913. Tap that link in the bio to purchase your book from Amazon today. Your Man Laws book. That's right, Man Laws. The unquestionable rules for real men by real men. Now, today's Man Laws. It's going to go like this. You can't be a real fully developed man if you have never done any of these things. That's how I'm going to approach this today. You can't be a real man if you have never purchased a large appliance.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
If you ain't never shot a BB gun.
Yep.
If you ain't never skipped rocks across some water.
Come on with them flat rocks.
If you ain't never been... Gary, have you ever skipped rocks?
What is that? Sound violent.
Thank you. Made my point perfectly. Yeah. If you have never purchased a lawnmower,
yes, sir.
I don't mean a brand new one. Even if you bought one from the barbershop like I did one time. I bought a lawnmower from a crackhead at the barbershop in the hood. Let it out. Hey, Rock, that lawnmower lasted me at least 7 years.
I was about to say, I thought it didn't have no blades underneath it.
No, it was functional. It lasted me about 7 years. If you have never done anything on a roof, every man has to climb up on a roof at some point.
Yeah, even if it's hanging Christmas lights.
Hanging Christmas lights, cleaning gutters, you got to do something on a roof. Gary, you ever been on the roof?
Nah, I've been on the roof, honey.
Okay.
Yes,
all
I've
right,
been on the roof. But I want to go back to one that a large appliance. What is that? I mean, like,
Man, if you ain't never bought a deep freezer or a refrigerator or even a microwave, you got to have purchased some appliance as a man.
You got to spend some time in Home Depot and Lowe's.
Speaking of that, if you ain't never purchased wood or lumber or sheetrock.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I bought a lot of wood.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you have.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 25 minutes after the hour, y'all got your front page right here at Frida's. Good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. It's Monday, March 9th. Here's what's going on in the news. A 7th U.S. service member has died in connection with Operation Epic Fury. The service member was wounded during a March 1st attack in Saudi Arabia and later died from those injuries. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says President Trump was right when he said this.
And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is.
Deaths is what he's talking about, more deaths. Meanwhile, despite Trump saying he would choose the next leader, Iran has already chosen the son of the late Ayatollah who was killed in an attack at the start of the war. Meanwhile, Iran's foreign minister is dismissing talk of a possible ceasefire.
We continue to defend ourselves, and we are defending our territory, our people, and our dignity. And our dignity is not for sale.
So, of course, the price at the pump is soaring, but Trump says that's a very small price to pay for world safety and peace. That's a quote. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says Americans need gas prices to go down like now.
American families cannot afford to simply wait and hope for the price to come down. The solution is right here at home, Trump. Use the SPR, release it, prices will come down.
He went on to say, we still don't even know why we're in the Middle East.
Never had a war like this where the president cannot articulate why we went to war and why we're putting our soldiers at risk and why we're spending billions and billions of dollars, which could be spent here at home to reduce the costs Americans pay.
And if you're headed to the airport, remember, the partial government shutdown is still in effect. With much of the Department of Homeland Security unfunded, TSA is warning travelers about longer wait times. How about this? In Houston, Hobby Airport told passengers to arrive up to 5 hours early after security lines stretched past 3 hours. Airports in Atlanta and New Orleans are giving similar advice. They say you should plan to arrive at least 3 hours before your flight. Officials say more TSA workers are calling out, leaving fewer agents at checkpoints. For info on these stories and more, go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com. Now, here's a look at sports.
Rock T, the sports genius, is in the building.
Your quarterback, one of your quarterbacks, Rick Dog, Miami Dolphins are releasing quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
No.
Yeah, man. They moving on. They moving on. I mean, you know.
Yeah, he keep getting them concussions.
I ain't mad at that, but he didn't have the greatest
But
season
you
last year.
think he'll land somewhere?
Oh yeah. Somebody. I don't know if he'll be a starter, but he'll be on somebody's roster. Somebody pick him up. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. As we approach March Madness, we getting close, man. Conference championships happened this last Sunday, and it was lit. I don't know if y'all was watching women's college hoops, man. Texas beat Dawn Staley, South Carolina.
God. Oh, I saw that.
That's Texas' first women's SEC tournament title right there. But Dawn Staley was like, look, last time we lost the SEC championship tournament, we won the national championship, so that's all that matters. Yeah, of course you want to win both of them, but she right. I'm taking win the doggone title. So
Yeah, sometimes the losses get a team fired up.
Ain't no sometime about it. And of course, it's man. Let me tell you something. March Madness gonna be crazy for the women and the men. So we almost there, y'all. Former NBA player Jalen Rose brought something to the forefront that many did not know regarding sports that have a salary cap.
The only sports that have salary caps are black-led. So that's basketball and football. Baseball, golf, NASCAR, tennis, you can keep naming. They do not have a salary. The second thing is they have no after high school restriction. That's a residue of slavery. It's because we're going to get money off of you for multiple years for free.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Never thought about it.
Now, NIL is changing that, but for college, but for as far as professional, yeah, that's that salary cap, man. Like, we only going to pay y'all We still paying y'all a lot of money, but we still gonna cap that thing off in those black
That's
led
why
sports.
my grandson out there on that damn base playing baseball right now.
Get him in baseball, dog.
See, a lot of time we put kids in football because that's the sport that we enjoy, and we
Right.
would like to go to a Alabama or Texas game, but we don't go to baseball games or whatever. But he out there on that tennis court, and he out there on the baseball field.
Yes, sir.
Literally, right now.
Let's get it. It's my sports report right there. Brat got that hot spot right now.
The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
And that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, party people, it's time for the hot spot. What you got this morning, Brat?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brat, and this is the hot spot, but we bring you music, movies, and more, so let's get off into it. Well, y'all, thousands of people from around the world gathered in Chicago last Friday to honor the life and legacy of the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. The 5-hour homegoing celebration took place at the House of Hope on Chicago's South Side, and it was full of speeches and musical tributes. Former Presidents Joe Biden and Bill Clinton spoke, and Barack Obama read the eulogy. There were also performances by Stevie Wonder, Hezekiah Walker, Leandria Johnson, and Jennifer Hudson performed her rendition of A Change Is Gonna Come, y'all. Check this out.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come.
Oh,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow,
Yeah.
You already know she brought the house down. And I seen some stuff from the service on Instagram. And when I tell you they had church in there, baby, they had some church in there. They were singing, work it out, how you gonna pay your rent? And when
Yeah.
I tell you they killed it, they killed it. Rest in peace to Jesse Jackson, who has done so much for our culture.
Man, you know that thing tore me up so bad. I was in between shows in Charlotte, and I sat outside that comedy club and cried in between shows because I don't know. I had such a connection with him. He meant so much to me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
From seeing him in all of the pictures and then to finally get to meet him and the way he accepted me, the way he treated me when I came into the fraternity and the way he extended his hand and then he hugged me. And I remember the first time we took a picture throwing up the hooks together, and he would call me sometime and talk to me when he wanted to come on the show. And he used to come on the show all the time, and I just remember him from the Doug Banks morning show when we would do a live broadcast from the House of Blues in Chicago, and just being around him and meeting him for the first time and watching this speech in '84 on the couch with my grandmother.
Yes.
I get emotional. He really meant a lot to me. Really, really, really meant a lot to me. I one of the civil rights leaders that I really, really love. And I don't care what nobody think about him. I don't care. Only thing I can go by is how he treated me and how he made me feel and what he meant to me. You know, I'll never forget, you know, he said, just because you live in the projects don't mean that the projects live in you. And I remember my grandmama looking at me, and I remember that stuck with me. I remember he came to Tuskegee my freshman year and spoke during chapel, and I was sitting in the balcony. I hadn't even met him at that point, but I just couldn't even believe I was in the same building with Jesse Jackson when he came for our chapel program, and he was the guest speaker. And him walking on stage, I was like, man, I was looking at the SGA president like, I really wish I could have been on that platform just to be up there to introduce Reverend Jesse Jackson. I would skip chapel sometime, but I made sure I was there early, and it was packed, and I didn't want to miss that. So, yeah, rest in peace to Reverend Jesse Jackson and his family.
Absolutely.
And condolences to his family.
Yes, prayers and condolences. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up the hotspot on that note. But for more information on these stories and more, you can go to RickySmileyMorningShow.com, and you could catch me on all my social media. So Brat. Coming up next, y'all, we got the praise mix down with the White Stone. The time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, this is Monday, time for the State of Black America. And this morning, we have the current president of the National Urban League, Marc Morial. Hey, good morning, Mr. Marc. We happy to have you, and I know there's a lot going on in Black America.
Good morning, Ricky. And this is the state of Black America for today. Last week, I had the opportunity to attend the homegoing services for the legend, Reverend Jesse Jackson in Chicago. What a powerful ceremony. What stood out for me were the words of his children, especially his son, Jonathan Jackson, who gave a stirring oratory, a eulogy, a reflection, a sense of purpose, and a sense of legacy for his father. I want to send my sympathies to the Jackson family and all those who organized the first-class homegoing services. It indeed was an inspirational time. And earlier last week, I had the pleasure and the honor to deliver the eulogy for Dr. Norman C. Francis, the president of Xavier University. Xavier University of New Orleans, a historically black university that produces more black doctors than any other university in the country. Dr. Francis was a friend, a surrogate father, a local legend, and in addition to Xavier University, he was the founder of Liberty Bank and Trust, the largest black bank in the country. We mourn and celebrate these giants in this moment. And finally, I'm in Dallas today, where the National Urban League will open its 94th affiliate, the Dallas-Fort Worth Urban League. I want to thank all of the people here in Dallas as the Urban League comes to Dallas and we're prepared to make a difference on civil rights and economic opportunity. I'm Marc Morial again. Ricky, this is the State of Black America. Follow me across all social media at Nat Urban League and at Marc Morial, and I'll see you next week on the radio.